how do you feel about the general advice on TikTok? I know there is potential for fake news, but I take the things they say so seriously. Katie.
So I'm going to go in, and you could swap out TikTok for Facebook, swap it out for ABC News, swap it out for Sky News, swap it out for your mate Dave, swap it out for anything, right? Mm-hmm. Our mental health, like our physical health, is contingent on what we feed it, right? So we all know that what we eat, what we consume, how much we move is going to have a direct impact on our physicality. And the same is true of our mental health, right? So the people that we hang out with, the ideas that we ingest, what we read, what we watch, and again, go back to what I said about the negativity bias. And I think that the media is prolifically good at exacerbating anxiety and catastrophizing. And if this isn't serving you, which I assume it's not in your question, then I think you need to help manage how much of that you let in. Because you are the governor, you must govern your life, or it will govern you. So if it isn't serving you, you'll be amazed how quickly your state can change if you do something different, like, go outside, go for a walk, do something else, feed another aspect of you, because our state elicits the story, and the story being, oh my God, I'm useless, they don't like my jumper, oh, he loves my jumper, I feel good, The story then affects your physiology. So the body gets the memo, oh, good vibes, right, quick, pump all the happy endorphins, right? And that then becomes your lived truth. So if it's not making you feel good, it's like a Big Mac, I would suggest that you don't eat it, or eat less of it, or just don't eat it all the time.
Well, that's a tough one. Big Mac makes you feel really good in the moment, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then afterwards.
Look, I won't lie. I don't mind a Big Mac meal. I mean, I'm half American, so that's the excuse there. But I know that if I eat it all the time, I can have it once a month, and that's okay for me. But if I have it every day, within 3 days, I'm going to be feeling pretty crappy.
Ben, I think there's probably something relating to this as well around, this is like what you choose to take in from social media as well, right? Like, I mean, creative industry, notorious for someone putting some work up and then it getting shot down. I know we used to work together, and piece of work would go up, and suddenly we're all on tenterhooks waiting for brand new comments to come through. How do you handle that?
Yeah, it's a really tricky one, because it's a little bit of that anxiety that drives you to be better, that drives you to be more creative. So, there's going to be people out there that are looking at what you're doing. They want to see what's coming next. So it's depending on how you then respond to that. So, you take those feelings and try to repackage it in a way that pushes you forward to try to be better. But for yourself, you want this to be brilliant. So you're always going to get people that just don't like what you do, and you can't please everybody. And naturally, depending on what your personality type is, if you're a people pleaser, that's going to be harder, but you just can't. And if people just like everything you do, then maybe you're not also pushing yourself hard enough to kind of do something, because if you've offended somebody, then you probably inspired a million other people. So I think it's, again, just kind of keeping that frame, and then deciding what to read and what not to read. Like, do you even need to look at the comments? Because actually you're doing it because you want to put something forward. And that kind of comes to just understanding how do you get a mixed balance? So if you're reading something, then try to look for the other side of the story. So if you're reading an article, actually, what's the other side of the fence talking about? So that you can then have your own opinion. Rather than listening to one perspective, you're listening to multiple perspectives, just like the comment feed. When people are reviewing your work, there's multiple perspectives, and then you take out of it what you want to take out of it.
Yeah, great advice.